All right. Okay, I think everybody
We're
should be
live.
good to
Okay.
go. We are live and we are back, the virtual version of the Beast and Chill podcast. Shout out to Riverside, man. You know, coming through for the creatives. You know what I'm
Technology.
saying? Technology, not
Technology.
AI, not AI. No, as long as we can use AI in a very environmentally friendly way, cool.
Yeah.
Like
You using 15 gallons of water to make Michael Jackson steal Kentucky Fried Chicken from somebody. We're not doing that.
Sheesh.
I
That's
seen a video about Mark Zuckerberg building a 2,500 acre data resource plant, and it said some of the people that lives next to the current one he has, like when they turn their water on, it barely
Oh yeah.
water, bro. Like
Trickling.
what?
Just
what?
That's
trickling out. Yeah. Because
that's crazy.
it uses so much natural resources for it
That's crazy.
to power it. So people that like literally like they'll go to the sink in the kitchen, turn it on, and it's like
All to be able to create
drops.
content to sell Amazon products to niggas.
You'd have to
It's crazy.
relocate me. I need money for relocation.
That nigga gonna say it's not my fault. That's all he
Hey,
gonna
it
do.
is what it is. How are we going to intro this? Intro the pod. So this is the Beast and Chill podcast album review, episode 164. Album review, episode 164. We are reviewing the album A Murder of Crows. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
A murder of crows. I'm gonna say a murderer. A Murder of Crows by Mick Jenkins and producer Emil. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Emil.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I do want to say that I appreciate Mick Jenkins. He is somebody that embodies everything that is good in hip hop, stuff that we need today. He's
I
consistently
agree.
Releasing albums. And
Absolutely.
for that, I just want to say congrats to him on releasing this. Just to kind of give some quick facts, he did release this album before he put it on streaming. He released it through a platform called EVEN.biz, which this is not an ad, by the way, but Even is a platform that allows artists to do a full on like pay what you want offer based platform, where people can pay what they want and they can do with albums. You can give all types of access to certain things at certain times. It's a really dope platform. It basically took what Bandcamp did and just made a whole world of it. And it allows you to see data based on what you sell and compare it to like streaming equivalent. So like, let's say if you sold, however many projects at a name your price tool, and whatever how much you make, it'll tell you you would have had to stream this much to make this. You know what I'm saying? So it's really good when it comes to data. Really good. It's really great for building community. J. Cole also used this platform when he released his mixtapes last year, and when he was doing that podcast, he just rebranded it and didn't use the Even thing, a part of the website link, but it's essentially the same platform. So
That's cool.
You sure that wasn't an ad, sir? That was a very
The full
extensive
out.
description of what
Mm-hmm.
nah.
was
I mean,
going on.
if it was an ad,
I mean,
hell, I ain't getting
even if you got the bag,
if he got it,
if you got
if he
the
got it,
bag,
just a
hey,
Even
morsel,
if you got the
you
bag.
know what I'm saying? Golly.
please. Um, but no, I say that because whoever listens to this, which I feel like we get a lot of local artists, independent artists, like, yo, there's more than just streaming. There's more than Apple Music. There's more than Spotify. There's more than Tidal. There's more than SoundCloud. There's more than Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Treat everything like its own store, and if in like a clothing line, you want to have your shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like people will support you. Build it and they will come. Okay? Pause. Um
And then he
Okay.
said, pause.
Nah,
uh
I'm in agreement with that part.
but for the album review, man, like I listened to it on streaming. I didn't listen to it on Even, but um I listened to the album. 10 tracks. Thank you. Please, 10
Yeah.
tracks.
10 tracks,
Easy
29 minutes.
easy
Mm-hmm.
listen, you know? like I like to go to International Mall on the weekends just to kind of see, just to kind of get that feel of shopping in the store. I might not even buy shit, but I like to drive, listen to a good album or something. You know what I'm saying? Good
Yeah,
mix,
yeah.
a good playlist, good album. If I can get there and back on one album, maybe and listen to it like maybe once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
hey, kind of stick with me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
So,
that.
how many times did y'all play it back though?
I've probably played it like 7 times by now.
7.
Yeah,
You probably beat me. I'm probably at like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at like 2.5, 3 max.
Yeah, I think I definitely did like just straight non-interrupted 2 times,
Mm-hmm.
but it was kind of like I played it, driving, got out, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Play the rest of it. Um, but yeah, but I think what helps is the length of the album. That helped with how many
Yeah,
times I got to check. Because
do a
if
lot
this
of
would have
quick
been
things.
a 15 plus album,
Mm-hmm.
maybe two, maybe two. And I try my best not to give album reviews off of one listen.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm deaf. Because with
I
somebody like
mean,
Mick Jenkins, with
you're
Mick
not
Jenkins, you're gonna
supposed
miss
to.
something. You're
You're not
Yeah.
not.
supposed to give an album review on for one listen. You ain't
You're
doing
not.
that though.
And there's some people they try to make that a content, like the first listen album review, like you know what I'm saying, like to like make that the
Yeah,
content, like the off the first listen to how I felt. But that's
Mm-hmm.
more like a
we're not doing that
reaction.
over here. We're
Yeah.
not.
So this is
Yeah.
not a reaction video. This is a review. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I did watch an interview with Mick Jenkins, with Curtis King because I like watching his YouTube channel a lot. And he said he's very adamant about like checking to see who's talking about his album. And he's like, bro, ain't nobody talking about albums like that for real. Like no one's
Mm-hmm.
really people talking about the drama of the album or drama surrounding it.
Yeah.
And then when they do talk about the album, they focusing too much on like comparing it to the last release. Like, bro, like talk about like when you go to a restaurant you don't compare it to the last plate of food you got from them. Like, if I'm serving you fried fish right now, why are you talking about the spaghetti that I served you last week? I'm serving fried fish right now. And next week we're gonna do barbecue. Focus on the plate at hand, not compare it to the
Mhm.
spaghetti or the barbecue I gave you last week. So when I heard that, that stuck with me. And that made me think about some of our old album reviews and if I have done that which I probably
Mm-hmm.
did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's a natural thing to do. I know she said,
Alright.
yeah, like
Yeah.
not Miss I don't be
Because
knowing shit.
honestly, since we're talking about Mick Jenkins' album, I'd like him sticking to one producer is something that needs to be talked about when it comes down to doing album reviews, period. Like the producer
Right.
that is on the beat or the several producers that are on the album. And I think this might be like the second or third time that I can recall him sticking to just using one producer. The first time I heard him use one producer was on Trees and Truths when he did On God. And then there's this one with Serpent with Feet. I forget the name of that album. And then he got this one.
Mm. So this
So
isn't a new concept for him. He's definitely done the
no,
one
it's
producer
the one
album concept,
producer. I think it'd
which
be
makes
cool if he
sense.
did one with Alchemist.
Yeah, I think the thing is like that's become. Remember when we did the interviews for Saturday sermons, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of them we asked them like what would be that dream producer they work with. A lot of them saying
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Alchemist. I think saying that now is like saying, "Man, I want my album produced by Kanye." Like Alchemist is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is like the pinnacle
uh,
of album
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
production.
So it's like, yeah, it's like everybody's like, yeah, of course. Alchemist ain't doing this shit for free. You know what I'm
Yeah.
No, he
saying?
definitely ain't.
That he got to either fuck with you, or I think he just got
Fuck
to
with
fuck with you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
fuck
But
with you.
that's another
For real.
thing that, like, I think is cool that Mick Jenkins even decides to use one producer because it does give other rappers the opportunity to see if they fucks with that specific sound that the producer is giving out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I did some quick
I
Google
mean,
search on the producer Emil.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Buffalo, New York, so he's an American producer, and I see that but it also mentioned like he's a UK producer too. Have y'all ever heard of his work before?
No, this would be the first time for me.
This is the first time I've ever heard of him. This is the first I've ever seen. So
Mm-hmm. That's the
It's
same thing
cool.
with Serpent with Feet when he did his album. I gotta find the name of that album, but
See with Serpent with Feet, he's also an artist himself. Like
yeah,
I have an ex girlfriend that put me on to Serpent with Feet, and he does shows. He's a singer producer. Like he's pretty dope. Gay as
yeah.
hell, but that goes without
Oh,
that's not necessarily important. But like he's very
that's
adamant. He's very adamant
something.
about he's very adamant about his sexuality and his art.
Oh, he
Like
likes to display it.
like he'll
Mm,
put like an album cover like on a couple album covers. He's like kissing a man. Like one of them's like he's kissing a man. He's like not showing the man
mm-hmm,
face and
Oh,
shit.
so
So he's very
he ain't Steve Lacy with.
like he's
He
big on like displaying that.
mm-hmm.
Like I think he's like big on like breaking the barriers of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just gives it more
Lazy.
context about amazing producer though. He's definitely super
Yeah.
talented. Super talented. Has a great voice too. Um but so yeah, Emil laced him on here. Emil laced him on
Mm-hmm.
here.
The interlude
Um
that's on there is pretty fire. I really fucks with the interlude that's on the album. Like
yeah.
very
Yeah.
simple. Mm-hmm.
I just like it's just a very relaxing album. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
chill album. If you don't like rap that's like that, then this is not for you. If you like a Jid sort of tempoed album, if you like a Migos sort of tempoed album, this is not for you. If you like a more relaxed kind of boom bap or whatever, but more relaxed, think of like Kendrick when he's with Terrace Martin type of album, this is what this is. So
Yeah.
I've heard people say, "Oh, this album is boring" or whatnot, and usually those be the albums I really like. When somebody else calls it boring, I'm like, I like this shit, but I like that tempo of music. I like the more smooth, chill type shit. So
hmm
this is that.
This
If
album, my bad, go ahead.
no, go ahead, yeah.
I was gonna say this album feels like more like a mixtape Mick album than an album that I've heard from Mick Jenkins. Like when Mick Jenkins drops his albums like The Healing Component or Pieces of a Man, it's like a concept. It's about like I think Pieces of a Man is about after he got married. The Healing Component is about love. Waters is about water.
Water
So
in every facet.
so that's my question
Yeah.
because I'm glad that you mentioned that because I want to ask like what does the murder of crows mean? Is that not do you do you not think that there's a concept that we're just
There
not
is
it's
a
not is
meaning behind the title, but like I don't feel as though the entire album is about the meaning. It just feels like he kind of puts an album together where he's like, I'm finna rap. Like this felt like I'm a finna rap album to me. And
and
it's
that's
a
where I don't want to say I disagree, but I say I want to the
mm-hmm,
reason I want to challenge that is because I feel like water or waters
mm-hmm,
was an easily accessible concept to get. He's definitely going to do rap that's going to take you every way around that
mm-hmm,
album. But the concepts, I think, because of that, he leaves it very accessible to understand what you're going to get with this album, right? Pieces of a Man, the healing component,
mm-hmm,
which we kept saying like THC.
mm-hmm,
Um, I think those are things that was training the listener to be like, hey, this is the concept. Now I'm going to drag you through a bunch of ways of how all this connects. I
mm-hmm,
think on this, I think the concept is just not easy accessible. And
mm-hmm,
but I think it's there. And I think because of that, that's where the maybe that mixtape feel f- the mixtape feel comment kind of comes off kind of like cop outish to me.
mm-hmm.
But even then, that's where I'm like, I'm listening to it. That kind of was driving me to listen to it more because I'm like, I don't want to say, it's gonna sound weird. I don't want to say it sounds like noise, right?
Oh,
But it sounds like raps until it gets to, every time I listen to the album, it goes too quick. And then it gets to words I should have said. And then it gets to pundits. Words I should words I should have said. And pundits is where for some reason I'm more drawn into the album, right?
mm-hmm,
Hmm.
I don't know how those two songs, because the words of shit clearly feels like he's trying to communicate, like I need you to understand where I'm coming from before we go this route. Or
Mhm.
I should have said these things to you, right? Before we went this route. But then when I get to pundits or the yappers, to me, that feels more on brand where murder of crows. Where
Mhm.
crows feels like the audience of same thing like where we side note with like Benny the Butcher was talking about like the nerds are the ones that speaking the loudest on hip hop, which
Yeah.
I think people took that too little. I think some people may have took that too literally, or
Uh-huh.
maybe I'm just giving them bail. But it's kind of like let's
Yeah.
say the crows or the yappers are the academics or the people he keeps saying that aren't really they talking about the drama surrounding the album, but not talking about the album I'm giving them. And
Mm.
that's kind of where that came from. And then when you go to Dead Stop and he's talking about how like niggas is not really outside or like nigga you're talking about some shit that you never did before. You niggas is dead stock. You ain't never really touched the soil for real. Like
Maybe
to
it's
me
a
that sounds
double
like
entendre, the title, because a murder is a group of crows. That's what a group of crows is called, a murder. But like,
did not know that.
that's now that you're talking about it, I'm like, oh, maybe like kind of like How to Let the Party Die, killing the crows, murder the crows. Because the way you're talking about the songs, I'm like, he is shooting some shots at people, not directly, but he's shooting a lot of shots to different people. So now I'm just
Mm,
thinking of it being
that
a
changed
double
my whole
entendre.
I did not know that's what a
A
group
group
of
of
crows was, a
crows is
murder.
called a
You know
murder.
what's crazy? I did see that on Twitter, but I don't know if that was a connection to his album. But I did see that. But it was like no, actually, no. We were playing games at work on like teams where we have like time off the phones or in the huddle, and they do
Yeah.
this thing where like it's like a quick questionnaire to get points. And one of the questions was
What is a
what
group
is
of
like it was
crows
like a murder of
called?
crows or what a group of crows called or what is a group of an animal called or some shit or whatever. And I think I
Mm,
seen that there.
it's a
That's
murder.
interesting. But then, so a murder of crows. So do you think that he kind of like? Because now I'm thinking about it. Crows eat like dead
Dead
shit,
shit.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So do you see him? Do you think he's communicating on his album as if like he's of the crows eating up, eating like
Nah, I think it's the observation of them more so than him being a part of that.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely
okay,
not a
Even
part of it.
yeah, even on workers' comp, he's talking about like the things you need to do to like work. The whole song is about getting out and getting to it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Murder of Crows is talking about like kind of like a bunch of crows, and if it's a double entendre because crows don't be doing shit for real except scavenging,
Mm,
then workers' comp is the direct opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
got you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Look at that.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I do.
That's what rap supposed to make you do for real.
You're
Cause
supposed to
y'all
sit
was
here
sitting
and
here
think.
talking, and I was sitting here and I was like, damn. Cause I'm only on my second listen. So I'm just,
mhm,
or between my second and third listen. So I'm still just taking in the sonics. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking in the
Yeah.
sonics. You know, there's a couple things that I like, a couple bars that's like, stand out, but I'm still just taking in the sonics. I haven't gotten
mm,
into deciphering everything just yet. So I'm hearing
yeah.
y'all talk. But then the one track that does stand out to me is like, oh, okay. Jazz talked about the whole like, oh, Murder Crows is a group of crows. So I'm like, oh, crows scavenge. And then the one song that stood out to me is Workers Comp. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mathematics.
know what I'm saying? You're supposed to open your mind, diversify your
Right.
mind, niggas. Yeah,
So like,
man.
so there's an interlude that Jazz mentioned at the beginning
That
of the
shit's
pod,
so good.
That interlude was amazing. I've
right?
ran
So
that back a
good.
couple times just because it
And
sounded.
and I think it's some about because it's called Eating Crow.
Mm.
It's called Eating Crow interlude, and
Mhm.
it's some about how like sonically like to me I felt like that's some shit that you would hear, like just me as somebody who helps people put out their projects. I would have used that interlude to like help promote the album on like a
Yeah,
cool little
yeah.
trailer or some shit. Like I love and it's I love like getting that feel within the album too, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you'll get that, and you want like it's almost like the shit that Kendrick did with the song on GNX that's not on the album,
Oh yeah.
where he was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, where he was like, um you know the shit where it's like he was like we go body for body, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh
talking
Mm-hmm.
about,
yeah,
and he performed like a longer version at the Super Bowl, but like that was
hmm
like the trailer for the album. That song, that sound was like the trailer for the album, and then we get the album, and then we don't get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't get anything like that that brings us, that connects us back into the album from what we heard in the promotion. So when he did that on this album, I like that we got that moment where it was kind of like a transition within the album. It's
Yeah.
almost like it was like if this was if this was like a video game, that was like a cool loading screen to take us to the next scene. And I
Yeah.
thought that was so dope. I thought
it's
that was
like
Mm-hmm.
so
pressing
dope.
pause when you playing GoldenEye and that beat drop.
That shit
You
was
like,
so
damn,
Yeah, you know
cool.
what I'm
let
saying?
this shit ride.
Because some people use the interlude too much, where they're like talking,
Yeah. Or
hmm
it's
or
actually a
it's
full
a
ass
sketch.
song.
That's
Yeah,
the
you know what I'm saying?
first. That's the first song on the album I looked down and said, "What song is this?"
Yep.
No
That
words, just like
shit's
what's
You
this?
know, I don't know
so
what is this.
uh,
This, I think one of the things I like most about this album is that there was no words on it. This could be sold as a jazz album.
Yeah,
hmm.
that's very
I
That's
really
true.
think that.
so that's the thing. I want to go back to when you said chill music, and I think that like chill music in its own is a world of its own that can have different subgenres of
Mm-hmm.
chill, right? There's a difference between a Mick Jenkins chill and an Earl Sweatshirt chill,
And a
or a
Larry
Mick Jenkins and a
June.
Mike Larry June, or a
Mm-hmm.
Mike chill, or a
Yeah,
Currency, or
Mm-hmm.
Dom. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's like cruise chill. There's like on the couch chill. You know what I'm saying? There's like in a chill within an environment, like an attitude. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
hmm
saying? Like, and I felt like this album would go great with like a glass of wine, and it's like raining, it's horrible outside, but it's peaceful in the crib.
Yep.
hmm
Like it's peaceful in the crib.
Light a
It's
You
cold
candle.
sit,
outside a little bit. It's a little
Light a nice
cold.
yeah,
candle.
You under the cover.
yeah. Like this one of the ones like I would love for this to play this on a vinyl. I get me a
Yes.
glass of red wine and a bowl of popcorn, and I just chill and just people watch, or just
Wine
outside
and
watch.
popcorn.
That's my favorite.
You know
That's
what?
my
That
little
shit is
delicacy. You
good.
That's
feel
your
That shit
comfort.
is good.
That my little delicacy. You feel me? But that's my. But he has that. This album felt really good to listen at home. Like I listened to it in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I paid attention, but I didn't really like feel the album like I wanted to until I started cleaning up, playing in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
Like just literally just
hmm
like, okay, my son, he sleep, or I think he's at my grandma's house. I'm chilling, and it's like I can lay back and just like relax in the crib and like play this album. And I felt that was the most capturing to me. So
Mm-hmm.
um I just really enjoyed that. And I think, you know, before we, people start getting the album of the year conversations and stuff like that, I don't think that in totality, this is that. I think this is a very
Mm-mm.
special album.
I don't
I
think
think it's a
Mick
very special
ever
album.
tries to go for album of the year. Honestly, I feel like he just be putting music out. Like he feel this, he gonna put
Yeah.
this out. It's never been a goal to be a Grammy winner.
Damn.
Well, to pick up from where she left off.
Oh,
Um, that was, but Mick.
okay.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
Complete your thought, Jazz. I was about to
No,
try
I
to go ahead and
finished
clean it up.
everything I said, but I didn't realize it was disconnecting. But yeah, what I was saying is just he don't go for that.
You
That's
just
all.
saying that Mick don't go for like Grammys or whatever. He
Mm-hmm.
just be putting stuff out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one thing, Mick is from Chicago, and just to piggyback off of that, I think this sounds like a lot of his. I know you said we ain't
Mm-hmm.
really comparing, but since he's had such a storied career, hip hop wise, and I haven't really heard him on anything like this. I think one of his first EPs and mixtapes was called Hot Curly Cheese Fries or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like back when that dropped, which I believe is like 2012, 2011, around there, music was still a little bit more regional. And I was like, oh, he's from Chicago, so you can kind of hear the jazz in that. So I think
Mhm.
when I heard this, it brought it back to that where it was like, oh, it feels like he's like coming home to something he's like used to. So I think that's why he was able to rap so well over some of these beats. And because there's a
Yeah,
lot of things he raps and like kind of let the beat breathe a little bit and like, yeah, and then kind of gets back to it because it's
yeah.
like, I feel like it's natural to him or
I also
whatever.
heard,
So,
I also felt like I heard frustration too. Like I
oh
feel
yeah,
like most times I feel aggression, but this I feel aggression from him a lot of times with his style.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I felt like frustration too. Like I feel like I don't know what that frustration is with. I don't know if it's with just the climate in hip hop
Probably.
or the space to be recognized in a larger space.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm also hearing I mean it's rap, so niggas gonna compare themselves to other rappers a lot. But I'm hearing it like you're not what that is over there isn't this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that a lot on his album to the point where it's like I'm tired of having to explain or showcase why what that is ain't this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know, I feel like I gotta listen a bit more, but
yeah. Same.
it
I
just
feel like I have to listen to it a bit more, but
I think there's certain songs that I want to focus on a bit more. Um, but I feel a lot of frustration on his album. But overall, I do think that this is a really great album. I think it fits. I think he adds to the year of this year having great albums.
Music, yeah.
He can add
yeah,
to that. Um, are you sleepy, Josh?
ain't no
You
He's
be
way.
made great music.
Jesus to be like,
And then
damn,
give me
baby.
an hour if I get off to
I
decompress.
did. Like, listen, I got off of work at 6:30, no, 7, and then,
Just go like this. We got a yawn.
and then I cooked, and then,
It's like, damn, she did my shit boring. All right, but you know, you yawned a lot on the podcast with Pat. I was like, damn,
oh,
she be yawning on this
damn.
bitch, boy.
You be yawning on me.
Oh, I was like, damn, like I know we record in the morning, but damn. But but now what do we? All right, I guess I gotta go to the questions, man, before we get out of here. So see here. I guess we'll close. We'll close. Um, would you recommend this album to someone unfamiliar with Mick Jenkins? If
Absolutely.
so, why?
Because like I said before, it's like mixtape Mick. So it's not like you're getting something that's super new or where he really tried to experiment a lot. It's like the same vein of like Trees and Truths, which is one of his very first mixtapes. So you wouldn't be missing anything.
Do you just I'm gonna just ask you, do you
Mm,
prefer mixtape Mick over album Mick?
no, I like both. When he decides to do either mixtapes or an album, he executes very well on each. So I don't have a preference.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Um, I would recommend this. I would recommend this because it's a good listen and it's quick. That's the main thing, that it's not too long for them to like by the time they done over it, because there's a lot of rap. You know, a lot of people don't like it's hard to introduce people to a lot of rap sometimes.
Mm,
Um by the time they done with it, the album is done. So I would recommend this to people that are unfamiliar with Mick Jenkins. That's like, all right, bro, I listen to a rap nigga, bro. Put me on somebody. I'll send them this album. You know what I'm saying? Um, And I think would this could make new fans for Mick. You know, this could. Um, but I think that this was a good listen. I think it's a good listen for anybody that is fresh to just rapidy rap, like lyrical rap, heavy lyrical rap. This is a good album to
Yeah,
introduce them to that because of the
yeah,
10 tracks in 29 minutes. If it was 15, I would probably say no. Just because, bro, I ain't finished that shit. But I got about 4 tracks in. I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, and I think it's sequenced well too. Like I said, with that interlude,
Yeah,
I think it kind of helps the listener like take a load off from like
Take a little
all of the
break.
words.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Little
you know,
brain break.
for sure. What about you, Raul?
Um, I would, I would, I would have to know who I'm recommending it to. Like you said,
True.
if it's a rapidy rap, somebody who likes to decipher and talks about lyrics and stuff like that, most definitely. If it's somebody that just kind of likes the vibes more, then I'm not sure. Even though it is that type of album with like kind of like that jazz undertone, but
Mm,
like I said, some people really just find that shit boring. So if
Hmm.
you are somebody who likes lyrical rap, most definitely. If you are somebody who's an aficionado of jazz, most definitely. No pun intended. Um, but if not, then I'll probably just be like, I'll say that it's cool and I'll say that I like it and I'll probably be like, I don't know if you're gonna fuck with it, but it's good if you decide to listen.
Right. Yeah. For sure. I think that's well said, man. All in all, I think I enjoyed the listen. I listened to it like 4 or 5 times. Um, and for the viewers, listeners of this episode, let us know what you think. If you're on YouTube, comment below. If you're seeing this as a clip on Instagram, drop a comment, share it on a story, or if you just listen to it on audio. Share this with a friend, share this with somebody you think that would like Mick Jenkins, I'm sorry, or that would like his style of rap.
Mhm.
And also let us know some other albums that maybe we should review. If you want to know, we are doing album reviews on our website at beatsnchill.com, where we are giving ratings on these albums. So if you would like to check out the rating for this album, visit beatsnchill.com. That's beatsnchill.com. And check out the rating for A Murder of Crows by Mick Jenkins. That is the wrap for this episode 164 album review for Mick Jenkins' album. I'm your host, Hometown. Shout out my boy Raul. Shout out to Jazz. Appreciate y'all for joining. And we out. Till next time.
bye.
Peace.